Welcome to my podcast where I talk about all things related to money mindset, finance, business, and investing. My name is Royston Camberbatch, a qualified accountant with over 30 years experience in finance and business. Coming from a very humble background, I have continuously challenged the assumptions and the expectations of what I'm capable of achieving for myself and others. Over the years, I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs to decipher finance and to make more money and to run highly successful businesses. On this podcast, I will share with you tips, strategies, techniques, and tools that you can use to make more money, manage money better, and to maximize your success. Right, so welcome to the next version of the Financial Intelligence Mindset Podcast, and we bring you different guests from different backgrounds all the time. And today we bring you someone from the Caribbean, which I'm really, really happy about, Ricardo. Ricardo is really a tech guy, and he started a few tech companies. And in fact, he actually jumped into entrepreneurship from the age of 20, which is really, really good. I think most people kind of go into jobs and then they go into entrepreneurship later on. Some people go in obviously very, very young, but he's in there and he's actually right now messing around with some blockchain technology stuff. Man, I will let him actually explain it all. Really, really super, super happy to have him on the podcast. So Ricardo, just the first thing I would say to you is that just tell us your backstory. Like growing up, what made you think that entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial is something that, or entrepreneur, something that you want to do? What was it about your background? Maybe people you saw in the community, maybe your mentors. Just tell me about your backstory.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me, Royston. Good to be here. So I'd say I was an entrepreneur early on. Sometimes, my father would drop us to school and sometimes he'd drop us a little early. As you know, school in the Caribbean starts 9 a.m. So sometimes I'd be at school from 7:15, 7:30. So what I would do, I would just draw in the spare time. These were really in the early days, maybe grade 2, grade 3, grade 4 and that stuff. And then some of my pupils really liked the drawings. And one asked me if she can have one, I remember. And then I said no. And then I remember another person offered me money for one. And then it's like a light bulb lit off. And then I started selling those, and then I started selling other little things. So it started from there. I was always enterprising from those early ages. I always knew that, being able to make your own money has its own value. So I always took that approach, even when I had jobs. This was always the goal,
I like it. So basically, pretty much a kind of a Caribbean story, right? Started selling things from young. I remember I started selling confectionaries in school from the age of 8. So, I can pretty much understand. So tell us about your very first business. How was it?
Okay, first business, actual business. Okay. That's still present. Island Business Media. So what I do with that, I build websites and do some, small scale digital marketing for digital media presence for businesses. It's been rewarding. Had some really remarkable clients. And in short, yes. So I started that when I had my last job. As a
side hustle. So where did you? So how did you learn about business? Obviously, I focus a lot on financial management as well. But how did you learn about business? But you said that it's still a success, right? Mm-hmm. So it's been running for a few years now. Am I correct?
4 now.
4 years now. So well done to you. So well done to you. Well done to you, right? But did you study business at school?
Shortly, but most of the knowledge I gained was via trial and error. I'll be honest with you, Royston.
Yeah.
Most of trial and error, time and effort and sweat. Yeah.
I understand. So when it comes to like finance and money management and knowing how to do a cash flow or all that kind of stuff, who taught you that?
I did a few classes. I did a few entrepreneurship classes since I was about 19 years old. Those were very helpful. Some online tools as well. And then I remember I had a business studies class when I was in the 9th grade. Mm-hmm. And the teacher, it was both computer studies and business studies, just basic office procedures and the like. And then it was business studies as well. And we learned how to put together, spreadsheets and cash flow statements and all of that. So that knowledge from then I hung on to, and it does help me.
I love it. It's amazing. I like what you said, because I was talking to a guy yesterday, and And he's a multi-millionaire, man, multi-millionaire. I think I have interviewed a few of those people on this podcast as well. And he was so adamant about investing in yourself, right? So in hindsight, would you say that if you were going to advise someone right now who is the age of 16, like my son actually, who just got his O-level results today in the UK, and he smashed it, as a matter of fact, got an A-star in mathematics, A-star in science, A in English, and whatever B's, right? So, and if you're going to advise someone like him, my 16-year son, to get into business at the age of, what are some of this, not that you've been in business for the last 4 years, what are some of the skills or tools or techniques, and what are some of the stuff you think he should learn in order to be successful?
Okay, networking. Oh man, Royston, networking in business is like foundation to a house. If it's not there, there's no business. There's no business. Networking is paramount. Sometimes I've learned that the hard way, where I would engage a prospect initially, and then sometimes I would move on too soon. But maybe if I kept the relationship going, something may have turned out in the future. That's one. Now, networking, is proportionate, I would say, to timing. Timing is important in business as well. As I mentioned before, just because something doesn't happen initially, that doesn't mean it cannot happen later. I'm sure you've seen this as well in your own business life, Royston. Those two. You mentioned the guy that you had that you had the conversation with yesterday. Yesterday, yeah. Investing in yourself. That will always be the best investment. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, whether it's a book, it's a course, a class, an experience, or just some overall exposure. If you feel that will take you to the next step, because we all have this ideal self that we want to be, yeah? You'd say? Yes. Correct, of course, yeah. If you feel that can take you to a next step or next level with you developing your ideal self, please do. Don't waste any time. Please invest in yourself. You won't regret it, no matter the cost, no matter the effort. I love it. So, and the last one, that's 3 points. The last one I would give to him, or any, aspiring or budding entrepreneur, or any present entrepreneur, just do it. Just execute, That's all. I like that. The worst thing you can do is nothing. I love it. So now that you've been in business for 4 years, and obviously you did most of what you just described, right? You networked, you took classes, so you actually learned stuff, and obviously, and you were doing it, right? Yes. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that you've had, and how have you overcome them? I mean, what are some of the biggest things that almost derailed you? Networking poorly in the beginning. Yeah. Not being patient enough. Yeah. And yes, mainly those two. Okay. So you say be patient and stuff. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So have you ever had a time when you almost ran out of money, or maybe you always had an abundance of money? Oh, definitely. Because in business, the first few years sometimes already tough years, right? Yes. So for you as a young man going into business, from a financial perspective, I mean, was it a case of like you start making profits from week 1, month 1, or was it a period that, things were really tough where you stick with it? Okay. Now, with that being said, it was, at the beginning, it was irregular. Yeah. So sometimes I would make some money and then there would be no follow-ups. This would be a result of poor networking, poor timing. It's not that the money wasn't out there. The money is always out there, especially I would say, speaking for myself, in the service industries. If you hustle, or if you just network properly in time, and if your product or your service is of a standard that the market wants. Mm-hmm. So those hurt me a lot. There were some times where I had to cut back on a lot of things. Yeah. Oh man. Just thinking about it now.
Yeah. So I got it. I mean, and I like what you said. Money is always, I mean, I say the same thing. Money is energy. Money is everywhere. I always say to people, because I do group coaching program. I teach people to make more money, manage money better, multiply the money. I say to people, somebody else got your money.
Yes.
All you've got to do is come up with an irresistible offer, or you got to identify their pain points, and just go and just, give them a solution, give them value, and they will give you money back in return. So getting into the mindset of an entrepreneur, more into the mindset of an entrepreneur. You're in business, things are tough, like you're not making money every week, every month. Mm-hmm. What made you think that is going to be a success?
Persistence. I knew that if I stuck it through, mm-hmm. on the other side, it would be worthwhile. And then again, Royston, I didn't give myself a choice. I didn't want another gig. I didn't want another job.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the freedom. I enjoyed the power to be dynamic and fluid. And to me, that's priceless. That's priceless.
I agree, man. I know how it feels. I mean, I've had total time freedom for the last few years, actually 2 years to be exact. And it's like, it's surreal. I mean, obviously, I've gone through COVID in that period. It's been pretty tough. Tough. I had to navigate, a financial journey. But in terms of time, I've been rich. I've been time rich. I mean, I'm still asset rich. But sometimes, of course, the cash flow is not exactly there as you want it. But as you said, you've got to stick it through. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to really, really, really push through. Okay, So are you currently working in the business, or are you working on the business? When I say that, I mean, are you working in the business day to day, or now you've been there for 4 years? Have you built a team around you? Because obviously you're very big on networking. So talk to us about that process in terms of like now that you're 4 years on, how does that look like compared to when you start?
Okay, so right now, in the initial stages, I did everything myself until I built a team. I outsourced the team of professionals that do what I do, but now they do it now. So it's a breeze now to get anything done. Everything nowadays is a schedule. So I'm really happy about that. What else? How would I say? Sometimes
systems, like new systems in your business. I mean, what are some of the systems that you've set up?
Okay, automated email management, automated how would I say it? Automated check-in emails.
Yeah.
The way of gaining new prospects is more streamlined. At first, it was more, do this. Let's see what works. Do this. Nowadays, it's more, we know where to go. We know who to engage, and if it doesn't work out, we probably executed poorly, but we can always try again later. So, and it's a lot more relaxed, Royston. At first, in the initial days, 2017, and some of 2018, it was more, go. There was a lot of angst. Go. It must get done. Go. It must be done.
Yeah.
Nowadays, after, I guess, experience builds some confidence. And now it's like, it's more,
Relax.
Yes. Not relax in terms of, in the sense of not being, not taking initiative or being less enterprising, but relax in terms of it'll be okay.
I understand.
Because it has been okay. Yeah.
I understand. More confidence, I guess. I guess success breeds confidence, and so you've been through it. So now you think, cool. Mm-hmm. Cool. So what's your outlook for I mean, before we go to the outlook, so in terms of your business right now, you mentioned that you're doing something with the blockchain. I mean, I never understand blockchain technology. I understand it's a decentralized ledger system. I mean, can you explain to the audience, the people who don't know what cryptocurrencies, don't know what blockchain technology is? I mean, can you break it down for us? And then can you say kind of, why do you get into that kind of business?
Okay, sure. Well, let's start with blockchain. Blockchain, in a nutshell, is a database. Think of a database, but this database is distributed on ledgers. These ledgers are blocks, and these are predominantly available in the public domain. So because they are distributed on blocks in the public domain, everything has a sense of transparency. That's the nature of blockchain. Transparency, security, and immutability. So with all of these being used, utilizing this technology for various industries would be, I won't say revolutionary, but would be innovative. Case in point, finance, or let's be more specific, cryptocurrencies. If I have control of this currency or this legal tender that we're now seeing it's going to be, if I have control of it, if I can see where it went or where it's going, and that's immutable, the chances for fraud, the chances for breaches, and the chances for hacks, not that these chances are erased totally, because, I don't think those constraints or those problems will ever be erased, but the chances of them being mitigated are substantial. So as we see now, a lot of early adopters, they're all like, "Oh, I told you so. I told you so. This is the future," and that. And my own country, well, it's not blockchain or cryptocurrency, but we have developed a CDBC, the Sand Dollar, and we've seen the underlying value of these certain technologies and their value. Now, with that being said, going back to blockchain, let's think of it as a timestamp. Now, this timestamp, let's think of it as a diamond-based timestamp. Now, as we know, diamond, in order to destroy a diamond, you would need another diamond. Yes? That's just the nature of the diamond, its hardness and toughness. It's chemical.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, carbon isotope. So we can think of the blockchain like that. In order to destroy something that's on the blockchain or to remove it, you would need so much computing power that it would be almost or virtually impossible. So if we can have timestamps of all of those data, it creates a more sound and further sense of security for everybody, for each shareholder, whether it be end user, developer, or the institution. So
I got it.
And when I did my research, Royston, I saw the underlying value in this, and I said, I would like to get into this. And this was in 2018. So since then, because of the skills I had before, I built a team. We've been experimenting in the blockchain space. How can we leverage this technology for industries and businesses, enterprises alike? Since then, we have built a suite of proof of concepts, use cases, and some small scale solutions. And I'm very proud of what we've done so far. We've had a few expos.
I understand.
Yeah, where we were able, just digitally for now, nothing in person, where we were able to demonstrate what we're capable of and what we're working on. Those have been very, I'm proud of those. And the progress is going good. We're not where we want to be as yet. That'll take time. I'm prepared to wait. And we're persistent, we're dynamic, and we have the skill. And I've read recently that they said blockchain is the new internet. I found that very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So talk to, that's great. I mean, I understand what blockchain is myself. I mean, I actually own cryptos myself. I invested in cryptos back in 2017. Of course, it's taken a massive dive recently. But there you go. I mean, I think with any investment, you have to know when to buy, when to sell, right? But sometimes you always can get caught up. Now, in terms of, I want to call it data mining or mining. So are you involved in that or not?
No, we're not involved in mining at all.
Oh, okay. So based on your business that you're doing, what value are you looking to add to the customer? What solutions are you looking to bring to the market? That
is a great question. What we're looking to do is to innovate enterprises, streamline their businesses, and with a technology solution or a technology development that would increase efficiency, mitigate breaches or any security risks, increase transparency, and overall on the front end would have a seamless user experience and an attractive user interface.
So how does the blockchain technology help that or enables
that? The blockchain technology helps that with its underlying value, as I mentioned before, with immutability, interoperability, transparency, security, and the like. For example, let's try another industry. Let's try maybe healthcare. A lot of healthcare data around the world, it may get breaches for ransomware and the like. And a lot of this data is available in silos. When I say silos, I mean it's available separately, where sometimes the necessary party or necessary stakeholder may not have access to all of the requisite data to make a thorough analysis at that given point. So with a blockchain solution, we can mitigate this risk by overhauling that system or however they stored their data before, and we can create a solution where we can put all of that data in one database, and there will be a timestamp, as I mentioned before, an immutable timestamp for when that data is updated. Each time there's new data, and that would not be breached anymore. No data would be removed anymore. And therefore, the full scope of, let's say, each patient would be there on demand for any healthcare physician, any other stakeholder in the medical field. So if you just soak that in and think of the value of that, you would see why blockchain is something to take seriously.
I got it. Cool. So from a perspective of actually generally making money from this blockchain thing, I mean, what do you see as your main revenue stream? Actually, I'm going to pause for a sec. So as I was asking you about from the business that you're looking to do, this blockchain business for this customer, I guess your main revenue stream, I think, would be, as you said, providing more. Is it more like a database? Because that's your background business, am I correct? So would you be providing like a database solution that's based on the blockchain technology?
What we would be providing a service to engage companies who may want some innovation in their specific departments or industries. And some of these companies have an interest already, or sometimes we would engage them with a, build the initial rapport, perhaps even a demonstration of what we can do based on the assessment of where they are. We would build a proof of concept or a prototype, and then that can be scaled into a full-scale solution. So that's mainly the revenue model, building solutions on the blockchain.
I got it. All right. So you obviously started with some small software business, building websites, doing all that kind of stuff. and then you kind of evolve into this blockchain stuff. So I think what you're actually doing is creating multiple streams of revenue, right? So what is your kind of model within your business for reinvesting money, for making money make money? How do you personally take your money and help it to make more money? Have you thought about that in any way?
I have. Right now, the goal is to reinvest money, because right now the goal now is to perhaps, build our own platform into like a technology platform, or let's say like a Zoom or something, what we're using now.
Yes, correct.
Something like that. So that would be the goal.
Yeah. So you're going to reinvest your monies back into the business, into some kind of, let's say, platform or something. Yeah, which I think makes sense a lot. Yeah. Okay. But for now, you're going to be keeping reinvesting back into the business per se.
Yes.
All right.
And
so
into my
and into yourself, because that's the best investment that you can make, right? So thinking about like the Bahamas and thinking about like the Caribbean landscape per se, right? If there's someone who wants to get into a business but don't have any money right now, they just haven't got any money right now. I mean, based on your own experience, time in business, what would you advise them of some ways that they can start a business with no money?
Okay. Starting a business with no money, I'd say get a job first. You're going to need some money. I think you're going to need some money, maybe even if it's just to, get a car done or something of that sort. You're going to need some money. So maybe you can get a job first, but, keep in mind of the end goal, to start a business.
Yeah. I understand.
So let's say that's done. I'm going to do two scenarios. Let's say that's done. That individual can learn a skill. There's a lot of tools out there where individuals can learn skills online, online learning platform, online learning services, those pay dividends to the individual, whoever use them. You can do that. You can learn to network, go to seminars. Please network. Please re-engage everybody in your network. Please check in on everybody in your network. Learn their birthdays. If they have a dog, ask. Do all of these things. I used to take this stuff for granted.
Yeah.
Engage, build relationships. Build relationships. Please build relationships. Do not take that for granted. Please do that. Okay. Now, another scenario would be, as you said, starting a business with no money. Now, let's say this individual already has, prerequisites in terms of skills, some know-how, and some initiative, some entrepreneurial and other intangibles that are necessary within business.
Yeah.
This individual can network just from this and provide a service, any professional services. Keep in mind, they already had prerequisites for all of these before. This is, the second scenario. And that individual, with some timing, with some trial and effort, can get it done. Please be persistent. Please build relationships. And please give yourself time. That's why most people give up. Give yourself time.
I like it. I mean, I like what you're saying. I mean, and that's why I call it financial intelligence mindset. But no, we'll be talking more about the mindset of an entrepreneur, the mindset of someone starting. You have to have that mindset of like, you say, go out there, build relationships, go out there, maybe have a side hustle. Maybe once you do all that, then you can then you just keep plugging away. Don't give up. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So in your business, in your engagement, I mean, like, are you guys training anybody? Like, do you train people? Or do you how do you give back to younger people? I mean, how do you help others to come up?
Well, I had an intern last year. That was pretty cool.
An intern?
Yeah, that was really cool, Royston.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I think he's in college now.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him in a few months, but we still keep in touch.
That's good.
Yeah, it was a great process, breaking down some of the specifics to him. He's a very young man. I think he should be 17 now or 18. Very young man,
Okay.
very talented. Yeah, some I would say it was a semi mentorship for me as well.
Yeah.
Giving him advice. Of course, giving him recommendations and of course, trying to show him that you don't have to make some of the same mistakes I made, as I told you before, with poor networking, sometimes being impatient and the like. So, yeah, that was a really remarkable experience. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So what has been the biggest financial mistake that you've made? The biggest financial mistake or the biggest mess up that you've made in terms of money and finances?
Let's see. The biggest financial mistake. I would say leaving money on the table.
I like that.
Yeah. Leaving money on the table. I've left a lot of money on the table because I would say in the initial stages, I was comfortable with what I asked for. But in hindsight, looking back, there was a lot more to get. But I wasn't aware. I'm aware now. But what's done is done. I try to learn from those things. I try to implement all of these lessons, for me to, do better in the future. But yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So I don't know for that. So how do you value what you do then? I mean, if you have to, go talk about leaving money on the table. If you go to a customer and there, you have to put a value on what you do. I mean, how do you value your service to the customer?
I value the service directly proportionate to what the value it would bring to the customer. I heard somebody said that. I read this on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I like it.
I read this on LinkedIn, and it's it ties into what I just said. Your income or your pay is directly tied to the problem you solve.
Yeah, of course, or the value you add to others.
Yes.
And go ahead.
So with that being said, right now we try to solve, bigger problems as we still, maneuver in the entrepreneurship waters. We try to solve bigger problems and bigger problems.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I actually say that profit is a reward for creating value. So the more value you create, the more profit you get. Okay, so the young man in business, I mean, what has been your biggest financial success so far?
I guess, closing a first deal for development.
Okay. For property development?
No.
For software development. Software. So I got excited because I invest in properties and stuff. So I got a bit excited when you said that, but I know you've been software development. I got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now I would say the new goal is in the future would be to raise funding from a third party. That's the next next triumph.
Yeah. For an investor.
Yes,
that makes sense. I think once you have a good product that's having good cash flow and you can kind of predict the future cash flow of the business and you can show what's the potential of the business and how would the investment actually help the business and what potential returns that you're going to give the investor, and then you can actually raise money easily. You know what I mean? Yeah, good. So linking into all those financial questions, because I call this podcast the Financial Intelligence Mindset. So what does, number one, two questions. What does a wealth mindset means to you?
Right now, let me explain. Okay, so, I live in the Bahamas. I would say my living expenses are taken care of.
Yeah.
As a result of my entrepreneurship efforts. I have my free time is now used for other things besides business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have now learned the true value of free time and downtime, leisure time. And this is only the beginning. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that for you, the wealth mindset.
Yeah. And for a second answer, I would say having the means to do as your heart's desire as a result of your efforts, as a result of your work, as a result of your dedication. That would be wealth,
I like it. I like it. I like it. And what does financial intelligence mean to you? Yeah. And how and how important do you think is financial intelligence for business success?
Very important. Like they say, a penny saved is a penny earned. That can be used in business and personal, but let's stick to business. Sometimes it's okay to hold out on that. If you think that would bring in a source of revenue, maybe hold out on that, do more due diligence. And if you're not sure, do a little more due diligence. And then, sometimes, time tells everything. Maybe in the future, you would say, okay, maybe now I'm comfortable going through with this. Or maybe in the future, you would see, yeah, I'm happy I did not go through with that. So sometimes waiting helps. Yes. But sometimes all the time being, having zeal for, to invest or to, try to get some return may not always be the best way. Speaking from my experience.
Yeah. I mean, I always say investigate before you invest. So, I mean, for me, I was talking to one of my clients today, and I was saying to her, we were looking at a sort of expense allocation model, and she was telling me that she didn't like the numbers. I'm like, we in business, right? When we do business and when we do finance, it's not whether you like the numbers or not. It's what are the numbers saying, and what are the basis by which you calculated the numbers. And once you have the numbers, then you make a decision. It's not like you think, I'm going to change the model because I don't like the numbers. So I think, I think for me, financial intelligence is obviously, I might give different definition, different time, but for me, it's making decisions based on information or making decisions based on investigation. I mean, you said time is a factor. Okay. I mean, sometimes we obviously don't have time to make decisions, but we can make decisions if we make them more rational than irrational. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it, right? So, Ricardo, so just before we kind of wrap up, so in terms of you and what you do in the Bahamas, I mean, obviously, said the podcast is listened widely across the US, across the Caribbean. I mean, where can people find you? I mean, where can people find you? And if they wanted to work with you, just talk to us more about your business and what you can do for them and where they can find you.
Sure.
Or even what's your ideal client?
My ideal client is somebody, of course, who's ready to do business.
Yeah.
Who's ready to do business. If they don't have a scope or work requirement, they are open to, taking our prowess. They are decisive and they are also accountable. Because even though you're a client, this business relationship works on both ends. We both have to be accountable. Wouldn't you agree?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So that would be the ideal client. Now, for anybody looking to find me for business purposes, islandbusinessmedia.com, NeoTech.company. You can find me there. I mean, you can, review our websites if you're interested in any of our services. Anybody who would like to network with me, or LinkedIn, / Ricardo McHardy. You can find me there. And I'm open to networking. Networking is everything.
Yeah, and I like it. Obviously, I met you on LinkedIn. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn quite a lot because that's where I'm kind of building my network of almost 10,000 people. And I like what you said. Obviously, networking is really, 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 really critical and crucial if you're looking to build not just a 6-figure business, but a 7-figure business. You know what I mean? You've got to network. I mean, you've got to have relationships, but more importantly, you also got to leverage those relationships.
Yes, I mean? So, please build those relationships. Please respect those relationships, value them, and utilize them. Please do.
Yeah. So good, man. So look, it was great speaking to you, and I said to you, obviously be connected with you as well. I'm actually working with some young people who are actually, in fact, I'm a shareholder in a company that's building a technology platform based on blockchain. So I guess it's quite a timely conversation. So yes. No doubt we will be in touch, and I'm sure that people will also be in touch with you, Ricardo McHardy on LinkedIn. Are you on Instagram? Are you on? Where else are you? Is it mainly LinkedIn you use these days?
Mainly LinkedIn for business, or you can just reach our services via our websites. Yeah, but I'm very on LinkedIn as you are. So
yes. Yeah. All right. So look, man, really great speaking to you, and I look forward to connecting with you again shortly.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can find out more about me by Googling my name, Royston Cumberbatch. I'm on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube as Roy Cumberbatch. And if you are listening on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, or you can find me on my website at www.racmacs.com. That's RACMACS.com. It'd be great to hear from you. And do feel free to tell me about any topics you want me to cover on future episodes. Until next time, be good to yourself and others, keep positive, and reaching for your financial goals. Bye-bye.